And comedy fans, welcome to My First Joke, the podcast where we dive into the hilarious stories of how comedians got their start. I'm your host, Karim Kanji. Today I am joined by comedian Keesha Brownie. Today's episode, as always, is brought to you by Welcome to Travel.ca. If you're looking for the best and most affordable all-inclusive trips for you and your crew, check out Welcome to Travel.ca today and tell them I sent you. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoy what you hear, share it with your friends, leave a review, hit us up with those 5 stars. It really helps the show to grow. All right, that's all the announcements for today. Let's get into it. Here's my conversation with comedian Keesha Brownie. Keesha, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Let's get right into it. First question to you. Why stand up? What inspired you to take this journey?
Oh, wow. That is a deep question. Okay, Dave, we only have 15 minutes. Now, the thing with stand up, I didn't choose it. It chose me. I'm a late bloomer. My first dream was to become a singer. That kind of grew into acting. In Living Color was the show that really did it for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Right? I said, this is what I want to do. I want to be silly professionally forever. So I went to school for theater. My background is theater. And then 2 years in, me and a couple of friends, we went to go watch the comics, who we actually used to make fun of, who goes to school for 3 years to be a comedian. And as I was watching them, I was saying to my buddies, I'm like, you guys, this is acting. They're doing theater. If you break down the skeleton form of stand-up comedy, it's actually you're a one-woman show or a one-man show. You're the writer, producer, actor, So I took a week workshop and I've been addictive ever since. I can't
Wow.
stop. It's a drug now.
Oh my goodness. So listen,
Yeah.
after that 1 week, deep dive into stand up. Do you remember the first joke that you told on stage? And what's the story behind that joke? I'm curious.
Okay. First of all, wow, very corny in the beginning. I just had a lot of confidence. Now
Okay.
it's the other way around. Now I'm just like, I'm really shy, but the writing, it's getting with age, everything gets a lot more seasoned, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my first jokes I remember, again, very corny. I used to do this Tony Montana accent. I really liked Scarface at the
All
time,
right.
so
Yeah.
I really nailed all the impressions. I did a weird joke where I said to the crowd, hey, do you guys like impressions? And of course they clapped. And then I said, yeah, me too. Maybe the next comic will have some for us. Very corny, very one-liner-ish. But then, I didn't let them down. I said, actually, I really do an impression. Here's my impression of a cat. Then I meowed, said meow. And then here's my impression of Tony Montana doing a cat. Meow. You know what I mean?
I like
I had
that.
a couple. Did you like that, Cream?
I
It's
do.
like,
I'm a
oh
dad, so
man,
maybe I like these corny jokes.
that's my vibe. And this one joke that was really my closer for a long time. I had this joke about talking appliances and bumping into your fridge that wants to arrest you late at night, and your Jamaican treadmill that stops you, as you're about to open up a person, come here, Fatty, one person at a time. It's just a lot of, I don't know, cream. And I feel like with comedy,
Yeah.
um, if the comedian is having a really good time and they're really selling the joke and they're really confident about it, the crowd is also gonna do that.
Hmm.
Like the crowd will sense that. So There was a lot of confidence in the
So
beginning.
you were
Lots.
confident. The crowd loved it, I'm guessing. They loved
Yeah, they
you.
loved it. They loved it. Yeah. And again, I don't really like I'm more of a I feel like there's a difference between like a stand-up comic and a comedian. I feel like a
Mm,
comedian, they're moving around the stage, they're an actor, they do act outs, you know. A stand-up comic, you're standing and you're delivering the jokes, you're hitting them, you know, line by line. So I think I'm like a all-in-one. Like I'll
mm.
run around, I'll do one-liners. I used to do a lot of parody comedy where I put singing and backup dancers in my stand-up sets. So, you know, and that's the beauty with stand-up. There's no rules. You're the
That's
director.
true.
You do what you want.
You
Yeah.
just have to have a mic and be
There
on
you go.
stage.
Yeah. Have
Um,
a mic, be on stage.
so how did you feel after that first go around? Was it like 5 minute set, 10 minute? Like, how did you feel when you got off?
My very first set um,
Yeah.
was at Humber, and I felt amazing because I don't know why I do this. I tend to make fun of my peers a lot, like the people that teach me.
Oh my
I ended up
goodness.
making up, I know, I made fun of the teacher, Larry Horowitz. We're not going to say names. We'll take that out. But here's the thing. I don't know where he is now. I hope he finds this. This guy used to teach the class and he'd be eating nugget sauce, like barbecue sauce, sweet and sour sauce. And he's like, so what you want to do? Okay, guys, just doing that. And I'm like, oh my God, someone give this guy a burger. I don't know what I said, but I know my last joke, I made fun of him and I got a huge applaud break. I even had he doesn't remember now. I told him about it a couple of weeks ago. Mark Breslin, the founder of Yuck Yucks.
Yeah.
He's like, come here, kid. And you know, in those Hollywood movies, when they say kid, it's just like, oh my God, that means I have something, you know? He's like, hey, you really got something. That's what he said. And if you really want to do this, and if you're really serious, you got to keep coming out and doing open mics. And you know, that was the beginning of, oh my God, I went in turbo speed. I started dancing, no music, but I felt awesome. I did.
That's amazing. That is so good. So how long have you been doing stand-up, doing comedy for, Keisha?
Kareem, a long time.
Ballpark it.
Okay. On and off, granted. On and off.
Fair.
Okay. I've been doing it on and off. Jobs in between. Still got a full-time job. This is Canada. Um, but I'm gonna say I'm up there. I'm up there 15 years,
Wow.
15 to 20. No one's counting.
You started when you were 10. That's amazing.
Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, young start. Thank you. Brownie points. Brownie
Okay, so
points.
you've been doing it for a bit.
Yeah.
Was there a point in your career? Okay, there's going to be many points where you hit a level and you go, "Oh my God." And then you hit another level, "Oh my God." Like, for me, there's next month I'm going to be hosting
Ooh,
an open mic. And
what?
that's like oh my God, that's like a notch for me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
what was it for you? Um, what was it for you, Keisha, where you said, "Oh my God, you said it to yourself. I made it." You didn't put it out on Twitter maybe or whatever.
There's a lot of those moments.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. The first, that's tough. What do I remember? Maybe my first theater performances where I'm not in the stand-up club per se, I'm in a theater. That's when I said to myself, oh my gosh, this is. And the producer at the time told me, okay, you gotta wait, you gotta slow it down because it's a
Oh,
big room, right?
yeah.
So sometimes it'll take the audience a while to laugh at your jokes, and then the laugh is coming all the way. I think I felt a wind. I felt a wind, but I remember them saying, just wait and take your time. That's when I was like, not a whole auditorium. This is amazing. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think it was that
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth. That was a
Wow.
theater.
Hey, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So, how, okay, the stuff that you're doing before, you said you were corny, and then
Yeah.
you live life, you get experience and wisdom just by living, and that
Right.
starts to infuse your comedy. But I'm
Yeah.
curious that, people talk about finding your voice.
Mm.
Um, I'm wondering, how long did that happen? Do you think you found it, or are you in a groove now?
I'm definitely in a groove now.
Hmm.
And I want to say it was when I started traveling outside of Canada that I learned that wow, this craft, this profession, this career, it's they actually made fun of me in New York. They're like, "Oh, 10 years? You just started. You're a baby in the game. You got miles and miles to go." And I'm like, "Which miles are you guys talking about? This is crazy." But it wasn't until I want to say 11, 12 years in, so that's
Yeah.
just recent, where I figured out that stand-up comedy, the secret, the key is that when you're performing in front of thousands of people, it has to come off like a conversation. It
Yeah.
has to come off natural. So you're performing, but you're having a conversation. There could be 3,000 people in the audience, but it's just one on one, and the more I don't know what it is. It's just natural. And I've heard all my life, I've always been the
Hmm.
class clown. And I even think this to myself that I'm actually funnier off stage. But that's because I'm not thinking about it. I'm just being natural,
You're just being you. Yes.
Yes, yes. And that's what comedy is. It's you on stage 1,000%, amplified to the max, you know? And
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's the groove I'm in as far as finding my voice. I feel like it always changes. Like I
Yeah.
said, I love some one-liners. I love to, maybe go into the crowd a little bit. Not so much, but
Do you have
but
a
yeah, I think
style? Is there a style that Keisha has?
I don't know. I wish other people could tell me that. What
Yeah.
is my style? I want to say a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of one-liners. That's about it. I do have a niche kind of laugh that I do. It's corny stuff. Again, corny stuff, but it's very niche. Does
Yeah.
come out a lot. Um, yeah, that's about it, I guess.
So I met you um at Scarborough's. They've changed their name. Scarborough's Got Jokes. Um,
Oh yeah, they changed that.
yeah. And I thought you were hilarious. You were like me, where I go, ah man, I don't know if I did well at all. Is
Always.
is that, yeah, so is that something is that always for you?
You know what? Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I'm my worst critic. I always want a bit of a perfectionist. I mean, I'm getting better with it now, but especially when I get nervous, I slur my speech or I stutter sometimes. I used to stutter a lot in the beginning. Now I'm taking my time, but I get hard on myself if there is something that I forget about a joke, just because
Hmm.
I know the crowd, they can't tell, but in a comic's mind, I'm like, that one word, oh, it would have taken it to another level.
Yeah.
But I think with any profession, we're all our worst critic. We're always hard on ourselves.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough. Keisha, if people want to follow you online, maybe you post some of your bits, or maybe you post the next places you're performing. Where should people go? You got a website, an Instagram, a TikTok?
Oh God, oh Kareem, there's so many outlets. I just can't remember MySpace. Anyway, for the good people at home listening and watching, you can follow me on my Instagram. That's at Keesha Brownie. That's Keesha. Brownie spelt like the dessert. I am on TikTok. I try to post more. My TikTok name is Nothing Matters because nothing does. It's really my really my TikTok name. Or I'm on Facebook. I do have a website that's gotbrownie.com. You can buy some merch there, check out
Okay.
some pictures, check out my accolades, and yeah, that's about it. Just type me in. I'm not hiding from anyone. I should, because my coworkers follow me, but I'm type me in, you can find me.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode of My First Joke. I hope you had as much fun listening as I had chatting with today's guest, Keesha Brownie. Listen, if you enjoyed the show, I've got a kid in university. I need all the subscribers that I can get. Subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts. You don't want to miss an episode. Share it with your friends. Rate, review. Only 5-star reviews, please. I'm only accepting
Exactly.
5-star reviews. The website is myfirstjoke.ca. My name is Karim Kanji. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, remember,
Remember, live your life.
words of wisdom.
Is
Thank you,
that good?
Keisha.
Thanks. Thanks so much.